Hello, everyone. My name is Clara. I am 27 years old and I am married to a rich man. From the outside, my life looks perfect. People see my big house, my expensive dresses, and the diamond necklace around my neck. They think I am lucky. They think I am loved. But what they don't see is how quiet my life is. What they don't see is how lonely I feel every single day. I remember that evening very clearly. I was standing in front of the mirror, wearing a black dress. Behind me, my husband was holding a necklace. I could hear the soft sound of the jewelry box opening. He told me not to move, and I didn't. He placed the necklace around my neck very carefully, like it was something valuable. The diamonds were shining, but my eyes were empty. He said it looked good on me. I said, "Thank you." That was all. No hug, no kiss, no warmth, just another expensive gift. In the mirror, we looked like a perfect couple, a successful man and his elegant wife. Anyone watching us would think we were happy, but I knew the truth. I always knew it. I felt it in the silence between us. Our house is very big, too big for two people who barely talk. At night, when he comes home late, the sound of his footsteps feels strange, like a visitor entering my life instead of my husband. We eat dinner together sometimes, but even then, we don't really talk. He asks how my day was. I say it was fine. He tells me he was busy. Then silence takes over. The sound of plates and spoons becomes louder than our voices. Sometimes I walk through the house alone, room to room, just to feel something. Sometimes I talk to myself. Sometimes I cry quietly so no one can hear me. People think money gives comfort, and it does. But comfort without love feels cold. There was a time when we didn't have this much money. We met when life was simple. We used to sit in a small cafe and talk for hours. He had dreams, and I believed in them. He once told me that one day he would give me everything. I smiled and told him I didn't need everything, I just needed him. Back then, love was enough, but slowly things changed. As he became more successful, he became more distant. The more money he earned, the less time he gave me. He showed his care through gifts instead of words, through diamonds instead of hugs, through comfort instead of presence. People around me kept saying how lucky I was. They said my husband took great care of me. I smiled and agreed because I didn't know how to explain that I felt invisible, that I felt like a decoration in a beautiful house, something to look at, not something to love. One night, while I was removing my jewelry before sleeping, a question came into my mind and wouldn't leave. Why did he even marry me? Was it love, or was it just because I fit into his perfect life? Was I his partner, or just a symbol of his success? I looked at myself in the mirror, but even my reflection didn't have an answer. One evening, something different happened. He came home early. I was surprised. We sat together in the living room, and for a moment, it felt unfamiliar. Like sitting with a stranger, I finally gathered the courage to ask him if he thought we were happy. He said yes, because we had everything. I told him quietly that we had everything except each other. He didn't say anything, he just looked away. That silence hurt more than any argument. That night, I couldn't sleep, and maybe for the first time, neither could he. He grew up poor, very poor. For him, money meant safety, it meant control, it meant survival. Love felt uncertain to him. something that could disappear. So he trusted money more than emotions. I understood that later, but understanding doesn't remove loneliness. The next morning, I packed a small bag. I didn't take my jewelry. I didn't take my expensive clothes. I only took what I needed. When he saw me, he looked scared. He asked me if I was leaving. I told him I didn't know, but I knew I couldn't live like this anymore. He said he had given me everything. I looked at him and told him that I wanted love, not things. That moment changed something in him. For the first time, he really looked at me, not at my dress, not at my necklace, at me. He realized that money had become his way of avoiding emotions. He asked me to stay, not for the house or the lifestyle, but so he could learn how to love me properly. I didn't answer immediately because love is not about promises. Love is about effort. The necklace was lying on the table. I didn't wear it again. Instead, I held his hand. It felt warm, real. For the first time in a long time, it felt like there was hope. Money can buy comfort, money can buy gifts, but money cannot sit next to you when your heart feels empty. It cannot listen to your pain. It cannot replace love. That is my story. And that is the difference between love and money. If this story touched your heart, if it made you think about your own life, then remember one thing: money can buy comfort, but only love can make you feel alive. Many people lose love while chasing money, and some lose themselves while pretending to be happy. If you don't want to make the same mistake, if you believe emotions matter more than luxury, then stay with this channel. Subscribe for more real stories, real emotions, and real lessons about life. Because sometimes one story can change the way you see everything.